Hey everyone, it's Tiffany Blackman. It's my so-called fabulous. Welcome. It's so good to talk to you. And hopefully you're seeing me on YouTube. Good to see you. How are you all doing out there? I am just so happy that we are getting some sense of normalcy in our life. Thank you, Governor Abbott, here in Texas for opening, and hopefully everyone is going to be good. I have a story here in a little bit, but everyone be good. But I want to reintroduce you all because I think it was episode 2 or 3, maybe.
Right
was
at the
it? I
beginning.
can't remember. It's the very beginning, and it was Shelia Page.
Woohoo!
Yay, Sheila. Sheila's one of my besties, and she's one of my Mahjong sisters, and that was the episode that we did. And I believe, Paul, it was 2 or 3. I can't even remember if it was episode 2 or 3, but anyway.
I believe it was 2.
I think it was 2. It was the beginning.
Right
we
at the
just pulled off.
I know.
Pulled off the Band-Aid.
Right. Just bring them all
Rip
in.
it off.
We were here all drinking and having a big time, but everyone welcome Sheila back to the show. And I'm so excited. We actually planned this 2 months ago.
I know.
For you to come on the show 2 months ago because she, and I want to take this time to embrace seniors because you have a senior in high school. Well,
I do.
That's almost not a senior.
Yeah.
And so I want to take this time to really, really congratulate the class of 2020. And again, welcome, Sheila.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So we had talked about doing this, and it was right in the beginning of the COVID crisis.
Right.
And we talked about it, and then it just wasn't safe.
No, it didn't feel right, and I didn't think it'd be perceived right, even though we're actually far apart.
Right.
I didn't think that it was just too iffy.
Sure. And that's when we started, Paul, the producer, and we all started talking about, okay, we are quarantined. So now what do we do? Right. And in my business, oh my goodness, we were frantically trying to figure out a path because we were not going to let you all miss one show.
No, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you didn't. I mean, while we were all at home, not showering and starting to drink at 2 p.m., you were bathed, ready, podcasting, taking pictures, working hard. You took advantage of that time.
Well,
and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And we just didn't want this show we release every Tuesday, and we did not want the listeners that in the potential in the audience we have, the followers, to miss out on anything. So you heard me a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's perfect. There's a lot of momentum building.
Well, it is. It's been a lot of fun. But since I've seen you, oh my goodness, we played Mahjong probably 2 months ago with our girls, and we haven't played since, obviously, but we miss each other. I mean, that you do something, you see someone all the time. Well, now I see my husband all the time.
All the time. I know.
All the time. I mean, but he's breaking out and going to Austin tomorrow. And so
can he take my husband with him? And I love my husband.
I do too.
Pretty sure he's sick of me too.
You know what? I'm pretty sure, Greg. I mean, he's counting the hours till he can leave tomorrow. But since you've been here, so tell me, we rehash and I say every single week we are not going to talk about COVID anymore at some point, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But tell me how it's affected your life, in particular with Allison, your daughter.
Yeah, the youngest is a senior in high school, and of course, she's the baby, and it was strange that we all parted ways at spring break with her school, and she never returned. She's not returning. And so her whole entire senior year, the second half, has been strange. It's been empty. It's been sad. There's been a kind of a mourning period for the moms, but you have to adjust. I mean, as I go in her room while she's feeling sorry for herself, and I'm like, this is a life lesson. Pick yourself up. You always have to adapt. Then I go in the other room and kind of cry because I'm sad.
Of course you are.
I feel bad for her. However, she's, I'm like, there's not going to be another class that walks across the stage with a mask on their face for graduation. They get to take them down for the picture. But,
oh my goodness, I didn't think about that.
But really, right now, I'm just blessed that we're having a graduation because a lot of schools are not. So, and she is getting a mini prom. This is not through the school, but there's about 75 of them that are getting together, and it's at a private location. It's actually probably going to be really nice. And but at least she gets to wear this expensive dress and shoes and earrings.
No joke.
That I bought before COVID that I thought, oh, hell.
Of course, I know.
Maybe I'm going to have to wear that.
Just maybe we need a prom.
I know. And so, I mean, that's this Friday. She's going to get her, someone's coming to the house to do her, her hair, and she is going to get a tan, which I was going to look really weird, I guess, because people are
we're all
you're
white.
supposed to be home. But I guess you could be out by the pool.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's great. So the prom. Oh, that's wonderful.
Know.
And
that's
June.
a big uplifter.
Yeah.
So,
oh gosh. I know.
Just for their morale.
I know, because they can't see. I mean, they're Zooming and do all that, which who knew?
I know. And Allison did her last AP exam yesterday. So she's finished, but she was in her room. I know that the older sister's going to be pissed when I say this, but this is what happened. So, and Allison's a very good student, very proactive, and she had a sign on her door, not to mention she had been warning us for days. I have an exam. This has been a couple of Mondays in a row of stay out of my room, because these are all now Zoom.
Yes.
They're not going to take these tests, so they have a proctor. And the rules are you cannot have any interference. No one knocking on the door, not coming in. Obviously, no cell phones, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Well, yesterday was a normal day at our house, loud, crazy. I had my grandson over. He's loud. And Caroline is last minute decided to make this trip, and she's to go out of town. She's so excited to get out of the house that she runs in Allison's room during the test to tell her. And Allison turned around, and I'm sure.
Oh, no.
And she was just finishing the reading part, and the proctor said, stop.
You're kidding.
You've got to start over. And the timer does not start over.
You're kidding.
So she only had what was left on the time.
No.
And so that was disappointing. Plus, she had an exam after that. She's already ticked off. Yeah. And she's got quite a little personality. She was mad. She actually had a right to be mad, but
absolutely.
So she took it upon herself to email the proctor, and we're waiting to see if College Board will allow her to take it again.
You're
but
kidding.
She had to go back and redo as many of the questions as she could. And instead of having like an hour, she had 20 minutes. So
oh, my goodness.
she couldn't finish it. So
No. I know.
Shit happens.
Life lesson. Life lesson.
It really sucks. So there's been a lot of changes. Everything's new. So I'm like, well, what do you do? Nobody knows what you do when that happens.
No.
So
what's the rules?
I mean, she's, everything's just trying to adapt to figure it out. But it's kind of been a good thing. There's something about being pushed out of your comfort zone to make you try something new. And as someone who suffers from anxiety, depression, at the beginning of this, I was in my bed in my nightgown with my wine at 3 p.m., really nervous and anxious. And I scratch. Shake, and
right. You and Kennedy have
take
this,
Benadryl. And I mean, it was very weird. And I'm not used to my husband being there.
Sure.
So when I'm having a bad day, he's at work. I can kind of do this in private.
Right, exactly.
Now he's kind of watching me. Are you okay? You okay?
Oh,
okay?
gosh,
I'm like,
I know.
Oh, my God. Please come mow the yard.
Right.
He's trying to help. He's
Exactly.
vendor fixers. He wants to help me. So, and but then you start going into another phase where I need to take control. I have of the things I can change that I can control. Yeah. And it's been good. Just, and I think watching you, knowing that you're still going, it's like, life is not stopped. It's just changed.
It's changed. Yeah.
So
how did you handle so you have explained to me because Kennedy has anxiety and we were talking about her itching and
it's bad.
And so you were helping me with a parallel with her, but how did you just had to have a good talk to yourself about this?
Well, so I do hot yoga. That's something that has been a gift to me. It's just, it's great physically for you, but mentally it's unbelievable. I started doing that after my mother passed away, and it really, my husband could see, time for yoga, get up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I would go to the 5 a.m. and it was like a moment to myself, but the benefits that were just calming me down.
Right.
And it helped a lot with my anxiety. But now in COVID, there's no place to go. So I had to almost force myself, put your shoes on, it's not a Walkman anymore, but turn your phone on, listen to your podcast,
Sure.
Get outside.
Do something.
Yeah, walk, do something, get some exercise, keep moving.
Yeah.
And turn off the TV, open the drapes, and you have to force yourself just one foot in front of the other. And almost kind of celebrate a small success that you did get out of bed. Maybe you didn't wash your hair.
Right.
Maybe you wash your face.
Teeth.
Maybe you didn't brush your teeth, but you're going to.
That's right. Eventually. Yeah. So, that I think part of the change, and which we did keep a schedule. We did keep a schedule. But I was telling Paul, he said, "Gosh, you kind of slowed down there." I said, I thought I had it. I mean, I really thought I had it one week. I mean, I was like, I didn't go.
Oh,
I mean,
scary.
I really did think I convinced myself, and you convince yourself.
I think we were texting. I had a scratchy throat at the beginning, and it was probably nothing, but you're paranoid.
Oh,
and
you're
you
paranoid.
Don't know.
So I didn't come in, and then I went and tested, and of course I didn't have that or the antibodies, but it was having that schedule. Okay, I have to be up at this time and do this, and it was that schedule and keeping scheduled. And if I didn't have that, yeah, you get kind of, I find that on Sundays we don't have a schedule.
Okay. Yeah. So my Sundays, what I've done, I would have so much anxiety on Sundays, Sunday evenings, couldn't sleep all night. I know a lot of people do this, that I actually, now that I've changed my job around so that I can, I take Mondays off.
That's right. You do take Mondays off.
And if there's something I need to do on a Monday, I really love you, or it's because I'm getting... Well, it's not my hair done. They're close-minded. I mean, it's something for me.
Right.
But I take the stress of taking Mondays off my plate, and doing the same thing Tuesday somehow feels totally different.
Right. Exactly.
It's a 4-day week.
Exactly.
Every week.
Exactly. Right.
And so the things I do on Mondays are just things that I have to do, but I try to taking the pressure off of yourself and giving yourself permission. And my husband knows, yes, when you come home from work, I will be in my pajamas.
Right. Oh, my God. Guess what? Not dressing up. Well, what would Derek do? Where would Derek do if he walked in and you were heels and he'd just go, wait, I know what he's expecting.
Wonderful. Yeah. He would just hand me a glass of wine.
Exactly.
He would say, is it our anniversary? Did I miss something?
Where are we supposed to be? Yeah, I know. Where are we supposed to go? Yeah, exactly.
My housekeeper this morning, she's been with us forever and worked for my mom before that, but she said, oh my God, Miss Sheila, you have your hair done, you have makeup, and you're not in your pajamas. I said, what? She goes, you look so much better. I was like,
thank you.
And yet this feels weird. It doesn't even feel normal to be showered and makeup.
Exactly. Talking about, COVID, so I'm so excited. So I'm going to Austin this weekend, and Friday I'm having my hoo-ha. I'm having my OB-GYN appointment. And sorry,
well,
this isn't, that's exciting. Oh my gosh.
Wow, what's going on there?
I'm 6 months past due on this. I mean, I was supposed, it's not something you look forward to. I mean.
No, but it is something you can't go without.
Well, you can't go without. Okay, you sent me the meme that the online OB-GYN with the girl with her hoo-ha in the computer, the online virtual OB-GYN. So I'm not doing that, but I'm going. I'm going, and I'm
Stranger Things.
I am getting my mammogram. Okay. Okay. There's two.
You're checking it all off.
Yeah, I'm checking off.
Now you got to do the colon.
Wait, no. I remember I did that. I'm not doing that yet. But I'm getting my face. The whole haul. I'm doing the whole haul. I'm doing the whole thing. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm doing that in the afternoon on Friday, and then Monday.
But not like some facelift or anything.
No,
you're just doing like you did before.
No, I'm getting my injections and I'm so excited on my lip. So anyway, I'm doing that on Friday, and then Monday. So I sent my hairdresser. I love you, Roy. I sent him a text and I said, hey, can you by chance? He goes, girl, we're open. And he said, I'll see you Monday. I'm like, it's Memorial Day. He says, nobody knows what day it is. I mean,
I love that response.
So I'm going Memorial Day to get my hair done. I can't
fantastic.
wait. Because I don't have that.
Which would you rather have, a burger? You have that after.
Oh, right. I don't have that band, like the skunk band.
Don't.
I just have a lot of sparklers. It's like 4th of July.
And of course, it's not like you think it is. I can barely see it. But if it bothers you, I mean, I know that's how I am about skincare, everything.
Girl, I miss the dry bar almost as much as I miss anything.
That's June 1st.
This is our pleasure here. The dry bar, we love. We're Barflies members there, so they open June 1st, and so anyway,
kind of came across as an accident, but that I couldn't give up. So we were at a nice party, and of course, I'm out on the dance floor dancing with my girlfriends, and I could have been me. I'm not sure. Somebody dropped their drink. And on my tall heels, I slipped and fell and landed on my wrist.
That's right.
And my husband looked across the room and he just gave me the timeout. We're done.
All right.
And I was like, are you sure? Because it was quite into the morning. And when I was still having fun, he was, nope. We're getting ice. We're x-raying it. And then we may be seeing Dr. Roten on Sunday.
Oh, no.
And he's a friend of ours. So sure enough, that's what happened. I broke it. And he was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Well, could have been under the
skiing in the
a
Alps.
dancing incident. I don't know. But
Right.
so that started the drive because I couldn't do my hair.
Couldn't do your hair.
And then it was cheaper to have the membership.
Girl, let me tell you.
And then now it's become an essential.
Yeah. I know. I keep stalking Rachel
And
at
it smells
Dry
so
Bar.
good.
I know.
Oh, I love
so
her.
after, in COVID, we were getting, so I went, I don't even know, you and I might have gone together or something, but I forgot how to wash my hair. Okay, that sounds really stupid and weird, but I'm like,
Or how much arm
work
strength it takes to dry it.
and to flat iron this
so
stuff. And
ridiculous.
I don't even know how you girls do it, but I love it. So yes. Anyway, so we are addicted to Dry Bar. Thank you very much. But anyway, so all of these things that we couldn't do, nails. You don't have nails. I know.
My toes don't look.
Don't.
I'm going tomorrow with Allison to prepare for
the prom
and graduation. But no, this is weird.
Yeah, it's been an interesting little vacation we've all taken here.
But
so
at the same time, I think pressing a reset button
doesn't hurt.
I think everyone would agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a healthy thing.
Absolutely.
But I still want my nails done. I want my hair done.
Still want to go out with my girlfriends for sure.
Yes, I do miss that.
Have y'all been out yet?
Well, we went to Joe T's.
Did you?
That's our home away from home.
Yeah.
Anyway. And just out on the patio, it was a beautiful evening. Yeah. And they did a great job. It was weird because we know a lot of people there, and not to be able to hug. We're air hugging, people that you see. And but it was nice to be out. And it's there's so much about a restaurant that's the ambiance, the atmosphere. It's not just the food, the drinks, and you want the whole
people
thing, and to be out of your house. So besides that, not really. Our anniversary is this Sunday. I think we're going to B&B on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Fancy.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it's interesting going out. Yeah, we're
homebodies anyway.
We went to Ellerby's on Mother's Day.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh, they did such a great job. They are spot on. Masks, gloves. I mean, they're spot on. And
they're spot on about everything.
Yeah, everything. But I was so impressed with the distancing and everything. And then we've been to Pacific a couple of times, which I adore. And
I was going to say, you want to go after
Yes,
this?
we're going after. Yeah, we're on our way, Cherise.
That rock shrimp.
Yeah, no, right. The rock shrimp. We've talked about that. But, I think everyone is doing a good job. We did see, and I have to say this because, we've got to be responsible. I mean, the government and the local officials are giving us the opportunity to get this economy boosting again. And we were out Sunday evening and just in a certain area of Fort Worth, and there was, it's not a bar, but it's a bar and it's a place, dining. I'm sure the percentage of food versus alcohol, but I'm just saying that the young adults that were there were not doing it right.
I'm struggling with my daughter that's almost 21. So she left today. She's going to surprise one of her best friends who now moved to Colorado. And Derek and I, it was a big deal that we are allowing her to kind of last minute go on this trip. But of course, we know the family and we know. And I talked to a friend of mine that's a flight attendant, and there's hardly any people even at the airport, much less on the planes. But we were like, okay, here's your gloves, here's your mask. And she's like, Mom, that's so stupid. I'm like,
no.
Okay, no, it's not. And you don't get to go unless you FaceTime me and prove.
Right.
She's just like, it's no big deal even if I get it. I'm like, let me stop you right
Back
there.
up.
I know. And you will probably be fine if you get it. But you're going to expose it to me and my husband, and that could put his practice under. I mean, my grandchild.
Oh gosh, yeah.
No,
yeah. See, that's I think that's a piece that's missing.
Yeah,
and you see the beaches. So I'm just asking all of you, and of course, we don't do everything perfectly, but that was a little much, and I'm really shocked at the establishment that allowed that. And I'm assuming that there's going to be some kind of control. And you said you're workers. You're okay. Let's talk about that. So you have an essential business. Yes. I mean, you have two businesses, but
one's essential. The other's essential because I love
the
it.
other one is essential for me too. But you have Msu Industries, which is your concrete company.
It's a concrete construction company. We started back in 2006, right before the other recession.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a business that my dad started with my partner, and he is really good with concrete. He's out in the field and runs the crews and everything. And 6 months into my dad starting this business, he got cancer And so I had to step up. Someone had to step up. There was too much on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of a control freak anyway. So by the time he got better, I was like, back up. I got this.
I got this, right.
And by that time, I'd changed it to a women-owned business, which gave us a lot of, and we're Hub certified, and it gave us a lot of options as far as jobs. And so we've kind of grown. We did, we had a contract with all the Texas A&M campuses.
Wow.
And I'm a graduate of Texas A&M, started at TCU. But then
she wears purple though, guys.
Yeah, purple then maroon. So, and then back to purple because it's hometown. Yeah. And, I mean, I did it. It was a job. We needed it. The family, I stepped up. I learned a lot. I'm good at numbers. So, but it's so stressful and I had so much to learn and things. It's not like it would be on paper, like a math equation. Okay, if I do this, this is going to happen because there's so many outside elements that interrupt business and construction, weather,
right,
COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, and that you have no control over. And for example, I had a job that I did, Dallas ISD a few years ago that changed everything for me because we used to really we did a lot of business and I was working 80 hours a week. I weighed about nothing. I was so stressed. My husband and I mean, he was worried about me.
Sure.
You know, my hair was falling out, stress.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost big on a job because of elements that went wrong. This one job, the concrete trucks that are supposed to drive in to deliver concrete actually came through the wrong doors and drove over over 3,000 square feet of existing concrete and broke it.
Oh, no.
So as I'm watching it, and because I happened to be on site, because it's a big job, and I was like, oh my God, wrong interest. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I'm pointing, and the truck behind it starts coming in.
Oh, no.
And it goes side beside it, and it's in the field, ripping up the field along the way.
Oh, no.
And so besides replacing the concrete, replacing the turf field, and we lost so much on that job, and it just about crushed me. And none of that was covered under insurance, by the way.
Oh, dear.
Because it was our duty to have flagged him in the right way. Anyway, there's all the details, but it taught me life's too short to be doing this. I've got to find another way to earn income to help support me, my kids, help with the family that doesn't kill me. Mm-hmm. And so I've brought it back. I've really downsized a lot. And I was looking for something. I would love to sell the business, but I'm too much of a control freak. And of course, it would have to be a women-owned business to get these contracts that I have. So it's kind of tricky. And but I was looking for something, and I was at one of my friend's house having a wine like this, and to support her because her friend, she had joined Rodan and Fields Skincare, was selling it and was scared to death. She said, "Come over, please, have a glass of wine, buy something." I'm like, "No problem." Mm-hmm. Went over there, drank wine, never listened, and then one of her friends stood up and told how she used to be a speech pathologist. She had retired after 2 years from being in this business. She did it because her 2 older kids were in middle school and they're starting to do outside activities after school, and she was working. She couldn't go. And her husband was a farmer, and she was talking about just real life that she had to take a chance. And she was scared because direct sales, that sounds like a dirty word.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
Trust me, I was rolling my eyes the whole time I was there going, free
judger.
wine. Yeah, I know, I was. I was a total judger.
Right.
And, but then she started telling me, more about what she did and how it's not easy. No job is easy, but so doable. Mm-hmm. And you control your own time. And I thought, you know what? I can do that. Now, this is probably 4 glasses of wine in.
Right.
So
because you can do anything. You can break your arm.
Yeah, I can do anything. Yeah. And so, but I looked at skincare. I used to live in the Cayman Islands, so I had horrible, horrible sun damage. And that bothered me. It's your self-esteem, whether it's you think gray hair showing or not. My face, I hid behind a mask of makeup. Yeah. And I hated it. And I was the girl you didn't want to hug because I had a lot of makeup on. It'd be on your shoulder.
The shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants that.
Oh, no.
And so I thought skincare, well, and it was, had all these statistics, #1 skincare, blah, blah, blah. And really all I heard was business opportunity and watched what she had done with it. And kind of a light bulb went off that could I really, transition or add something to my plate? And it's been the easiest, I've never been happier because, it's brought out a passion in me of showing other women in my position. You don't have to be miserable at your job. There are options. You can actually do this alongside your job until you earn enough money. You can quit your job if you want. Yeah. And I've been one of their top earners on our team of over 2,000 since day one.
That's so great.
And I love it. And I'm traveling, all these gifts and Louis Vuitton luggage and
oh my God,
all these perks. And
that's so you are repping with Rodan and Fields, and your business is called The Modern.
Okay, so because of that, a light bulb went off that direct sales in general, find what you're happy about.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know how many men would be so excited about skincare, but maybe there's Snap-on tools that,
right, exactly.
Find something you're passionate about and really take a chance, get out of your own way. And because it's not that hard, you're messaging people. This is not even a face-to-face business, really. I mean, you're on Facebook, your social media. And so I put something together called The Modern Boss Lady. And I'm really proud of it. I've just put it out there to enlighten people, educate women in particular, really, that they can, we're moms, we're wives,
right.
And you kind of lose sight of what else we can be.
Right.
There's a reason that we're always looking forward to a happy hour with our girlfriends. You miss that,
yes.
That connection. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I didn't know how much I'd missed and needed and found in this business.
Right.
So, that's been incredible. And just helping other women, showing them how they can build a very successful direct sales business, and just breaking it down step by step and making it easy.
And I think so
it's not salesy.
Yeah, exactly.
No
but there's you
mm-hmm.
that has a business, a large business, and that is just pulling the life out of you.
Yep.
Okay. So there's you, and you are trying to bring something else that can be in exchange for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do see women that are stay-at-home moms, and that is fabulous. Mm-hmm. And then I do see women as well that are stay-at-home moms that need a purpose other than your children or your husband, and you need a purpose.
Something that's your own.
You can wrap your arms around it and make money, or
that you can do when you want, from where you want, in your pajamas, from home. It's whatever you want it to be. If you want to make a large income, you do have to hustle.
Sure.
But if you're comfortable $200, $500 a week, it doesn't take a lot of work.
That's right. I know.
And that's nice money.
Yeah, absolutely
car payment,
nice money.
House payment.
Yeah, and I think there's that too.
Yeah.
So,
takes stress off.
Oh, absolutely. So your concrete business. So back to
the fun.
Oh, gosh, the essential workers. You were saying, oh my gosh. So you're essential workers. I was talking because
we had to give a letter out to all of our workers, especially in the beginning, so that if they got stopped or pulled over or questioned, even at Home Depot, wherever, where were they going?
Right.
Were they an essential worker? Who did they work for? What was the number they could confirm? And it was after a couple of them got stopped that I realized I needed to produce a letter for them that they all keep.
Wow.
And I have had calls, and
that's amazing.
So,
Ooh,
we're
scary.
blessed that the business is still operating. Of course, not as it would have been pre, which thank goodness I did take advantage of the
That's right. Did you do that?
Protection.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Yes, you told me that. So tell me all about that, because
I was on it.
Okay, because payroll protection.
White on rice, yeah. Payroll protection plan. And I'm not an expert, but I was starting to get scared about how, just like normally, everything affects concrete work, and we were going to be upside down overnight. And looking into the details and looking at the application, I thought, not only do I qualify, and this is a pretty simple application, this is kind of a no-brainer. And so my husband is a chiropractor. I said, you know what? You actually qualify too. And we need to fill this out for you. And we're both a little uncomfortable doing it because we're not wanting to ask for money when our businesses weren't shut down. But thank God we did.
Really?
Because, you couldn't see into the future to know what you might or might not need. And boy, have we needed it.
Right.
I mean, I could have asked for double and used it.
Wow.
And of course, they're all changing all kinds of the rules after the fact now that they've given the money out.
Oh, really?
So in fact, an email came out yesterday from our CPA keeping us abreast of, okay, now you need to make sure you're doing this. There's a lot of changes along the way, but we're qualifying. It's for the payroll. It keeps our guys
Keep your
working.
guys paid. Absolutely. The essential workers.
The essential workers.
Absolutely. So,
and honestly, I mean, these guys work hard.
oh, gosh.
I mean, really hard.
Manual labor.
And they're counting on that money. I mean, we are too, but I mean, they're counting on it.
Right.
And so it's peace of mind that I'm able to give it to them.
All right. And you've had, I'm sure, the same workers for...
I have almost the same workers since 2011.
Oh, my goodness.
And so that's family.
And I know it. And I know it.
And and there were a couple of days that we were in between jobs. And I was like, y'all come on out to my house. We've got a big pipe fence.
Right.
It's been needed to be painted for about 4 or 5 years. And, and they did, I mean, they want to earn their money.
Of course they do. Of course.
And it's respectful. So,
they respect, and there's part of your stress too, taking care of that group, that family as well.
Yeah, that brings out a lot of this.
Get your, she's going to start itching.
Yeah.
Okay,
nerves.
so our families. So Shelia and I met Greg, my husband Greg, and Derek. They are Fort Worth boys. So Pascal High School. Derek didn't go the frog way, but he went to Texas.
Yeah.
And
he's a track star.
That's he is. But
football star.
Exactly. And we, so he and Greg and that whole group of guys that goes on and on, have been friends, and they have known Greg. Greg's had a couple of wives before me. They say it wasn't his fault.
Building up to the best.
Thank you. Yes. But so I met you at a TC football game and many years ago, and we just fell in love, and it's just been
clicked instantly. And I met Kennedy at the same time. Clicked instantly.
Click.
Just love her, and so excited to see Greg. So happy. And Derek and I walked off hand in hand, and I said, "Honey, they're as happy as we are." And I don't think I've ever said that before.
Wow.
Especially with people, in our situations, remarried, blended families. Right. It's hard.
It is hard.
And it's so neat to see you both so happy. That doesn't mean any of us are perfect, but very happy. It's fun for us all to be together too.
I know. And you know what? I don't know if I've told you this, but I repeat this. I've said it before on the podcast, but Greg and I have been married. We've been together. So this is our 9th year. So 10, 11 years. We have never been together this long. So 3 weeks was the longest in Italy. And because he goes to Austin.
Too expensive to fight.
No, it's too expensive to fight. Exactly. So he travels to Austin to go and train.
Right.
And we have never been together. And Kennedy said to me, she goes, "Mom, okay, just take a look at this." She's psychoanalyzed me from one of her classes. But it's just been a struggle, but it's fine because we're in love with each other.
Right.
We've
Allison
learning.
came downstairs and she said, "Mom, is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah." And I love to be on our back patio. We have a beautiful back patio, and Derek wants to be inside. He likes to be outside to mow the yard, but he likes his couch. He's got his spot, his TV. And she said, it seems like every evening I come in, you're outside and he's inside. And I said, "It's okay.
It's called survival.
It's okay.
It's going to be okay.
We're going to meet in the middle at the dinner table.
Exactly.
It's going to be fine."
Exactly. So you and I both, with our husbands, we have blended families, and you have the Brady Bunch, basically. You have 6.
Four older ones from 36, 35, 33, and just turned 31.
Okay.
And then mine are almost 24.
So you have 7?
7 total.
That's right.
Is he 23? Yeah.
Boy, that's not the Brady Bunch. You're
almost 21 and 18. Yeah.
So blended families, and we've talked about this. Greg's kids are older, so when we got married, they were not in the house, and they have their own lives here in Fort Worth. But it's tough, Anyone, I talk to my daughter about this a lot. When choosing. And who do you fall in love with? But when you're blending families, anyone that says it's easy, it's not easy. They're lying. It's not easy. It's tough.
It's the hardest thing and most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Exactly.
It's worth the effort, but it's hard, and you've got to learn to keep your mouth.
closed. Yes, you do.
Yeah, because, I mean, and it goes both ways. We kind of had a rule. We went to counseling over this because we wanted it to work, but we're both very devoted to our kids. And, I mean, he would say I have a soft spot for my kids, and I maybe allow them to take advantage of me. I would say the same of him.
Yes.
But he doesn't. He probably wouldn't agree. Yeah. And so we wanted to find a way where if he were to ask me, or I didn't want to be saying something about one of his children because, of course, that's going to make Papa Bear come out. Mm-hmm. But if I had an opinion or thought he was, so we really had to, and so the counselor sat us down and said, do not ever criticize his children, nor will he do yours. Do not ever. And, of course, this is mine were little. He didn't want my husband to punish or whatever. Right. You back her up. You ask permission. Would you like me to give you an opinion on that or just wait? That's going to save all, because keeping your mouth shut and letting some things just ride out it's huge. It's worth it. Yeah. Because you know what? He knows everything I'm thinking. He knows what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's all in my face, so he doesn't need me to say it.
That's right. And you didn't raise those children.
No.
No. And so, that's what's so difficult is because you don't have your, I don't know. It's a difficult.
And my relationship with them is extremely important to me, and I don't want to damage that.
Exactly. So. And grandchildren, because you have Raleigh. Oh my goodness.
He's beautiful.
Beautiful grandchild. And I see you around him, and I've had different women in my life and men that have said, if it's not my child, and I don't know, because but if it's not my child's child.
I know exactly where you're going. That's a great question. And I wondered too, how things would be. But when they told us that she was, when we met this girl.
Now you love Katie.
She's my soul sister.
She is your soul sister.
I love her.
Right.
And she has been a magical addition to our family for sure. And when they told us she was pregnant, and they told us together, we boo-hooed. We were so excited. Right. And when she was pregnant, we went through and they've allowed us to be very close to them. And I got to go to one of her doctor's appointments with her at the very end. And when that child was born, we were out in the waiting room. We cried. There is nothing that could make me any closer to that little baby boy. He's my grandson.
Okay. He's yours.
I'm Shishi. He's one we love. And he's so smart and cute, and anyway, it's fun.
Yeah, of course he is. And seeing Derek with him, my gosh.
He melts.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
It is hysterical. But it is hard, and anyone out there, the younger women and men, and Paul and I have had this conversation because Paul's a single dad, and it's just difficult. And when you're bringing other people into your life and your children's life, it's just tough. I know Kennedy's dad and I, he's remarried, and we were very sensitive about having people coming and getting married, because she was the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And she's an only child, but she was the most important thing. And so, when, I don't know if you know this, but Greg, when he met me, he did not want anyone that had children.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Honest, Derek did not want more children.
Oh my gosh. Did not want more children. And Kennedy was 9 years old.
Yeah. I wasn't on the wish list.
No. So, and she won his heart, but it was, and I've dated men that had children. Whew, man, it was tough. And you just knew that's not.
Some things are worth working through, though.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It has to be the right person, or it's way too much.
It is. And so Kennedy's dad is, oh my gosh, he's uber involved. We're both all, and Jeffrey is involved with your kids as well. Your kids' dad.
Yeah. He's here in Fort Worth, so they see him whenever they want.
Right. They see him. So, and thank goodness I say this, thank goodness.
He's the fun dad. We're the strict parents.
Oh, and then you have that going on, of course. Right. Yeah. The fun and then the strict. Because your 3 kids, so you've got the nanny and then Chevy, which I fabulously adore. He's down in Austin.
Chevy's my oldest. He's in Austin. He's in real estate, and he's hustling. And just when he was getting momentum,
Yes,
COVID.
COVID came.
So he's struggling, especially when he knows he's only got a couple more months on the payroll. So he's sweating it out. And I'm not going to leave him hanging, but
Right.
sweat.
Yeah, sweat a little bit, right.
And my middle child, Caroline, is she went to dental assisting school, but her passion is kids. And so she's been a nanny for several years. And right now, ironically, she has job offers right and left because of COVID.
Oh, my goodness. Is that crazy?
Because there's no health care, and she has incredible credentials. And I mean, healthcare, daycare.
Daycare,
And,
right.
summer. I mean, so she's excited about the opportunities this is bringing. She's actually getting to choose from
Isn't
the
that
families coming
fabulous?
around her. And then my youngest is the
Yeah.
senior going off to hopefully to tech. I mean, well, hopefully they'll have regular school. We don't know yet.
Have they announced now?
Well, for sure they're having orientation that's virtual.
Oh,
I mean, there's so many things that have just become almost, it's not even a big deal. It was such a big deal. I remember, oh my God, it's going to be virtual. Well, now that's virtual.
Now it's just,
now that's virtual.
That's it.
And we don't know because it's probably too soon.
Yeah.
So
well, TCU announced
hopefully they do
will.
rush.
Yeah,
We don't know.
I know that. TCU has announced that they are
Planning.
moving forward and planning on having,
Right.
in schools.
Right. And
Thank
I hope
goodness.
so.
And I hope they
We
work
need
it
some
out.
Normalcy.
Oh, absolutely. Now, then there's football.
That's.
I know. I just don't even want to think about it.
football.
Because
I
you know
know.
us.
And those tickets are so expensive.
Oh, my stars.
And we don't even have your tickets. But
I mean, yeah.
but I get to be guests every once in a while. But, Derek's like, do we pay for tickets when we don't?
Don't even know. I know. You don't even know what
do we re-up?
I know.
I'm like, well, I don't want to lose my spot.
I know it. No, we can't lose our spot. No,
So,
absolutely. So, we
I
don't
hope
know.
for football.
I know.
That's so fun.
I know it. That's, there's a party at my house every home game.
I'm
That's
there.
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So your kids are so different. I look at Kennedy with her step siblings, and they're all so different, and they do get along so well. And her stepmother, what a fabulous Stephanie Collins. You're such a fabulous mentor.
Yeah, you
for my
always
dog.
say that. I love
oh my
that.
gosh, I love her. I love her.
I love that.
And she just knew, when to, she was an ebb and flower. And I remember one time Kennedy she was little. She said, yeah, my mom said I could have French manicure.
Oh, did
She goes, well, let's call her. She's probably not home. So never mind. I'll just get pink. So yeah, it's just that kind of, you just trust.
You couldn't put it fast, but she was smarter. That's great.
She's probably not home right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no, just having these role models and her and then Greg. I mean, Greg has been,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, full-time child on board. But your children being so different, are they just all so different? Allison and Chevy and,
Couldn't be more different.
Caroline.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I can remember being a young mother and thinking, okay, they're all going to go to this school where they're all going to do this. And then about the time they start turning 10, 11, 13 and hormones and the way they start changing, and they developed into 3 completely different human beings going to completely different schools. I mean, I was overwhelmed. It was scary, but you have to embrace their differences. And now that's the funny thing. We're always complaining because Allison's so picky and Caroline's so blasé. Did she even bother to wear deodorant or a bra? I mean,
Right.
And Chevy's so particular.
Right,
so, I mean,
right.
So
they're all so different. And these young moms, and I hear this a lot, that struggle because they have 2 children. Let's say they have 2 children, and I'm assuming, but I'm a single mom. But I'm a single mom. I'm sorry. I have a one child.
I've been
there too.
Yeah.
But that compare the kids. Like, I have several women in my
kids
life
compare themselves to each other.
I would assume so. I know my brothers and sisters did. I was the
Caroline,
oldest.
I think my middle child, she's struggling with all the highlight being on Allison.
Yes.
And I want to say, you have your own little halo over you. You just don't see it.
Right.
And how special you are. But right now she's comparing herself to Allison going, senior, going to college, doing different things than what she chose.
Oh, yeah.
And,
a lot.
It's a lot of jealousy and sisterly
Oh,
love.
my gosh. Hence, walking in on the AP exam. So that didn't mean to happen.
Yeah,
but
bitter.
But I have a friend that she has one child that just uber intelligent in her own right.
That's our oldest.
And never had to worry about a college application, didn't have to worry about deadlines. And then her second, it was
opposite.
on.
Yeah.
And so she's almost like, I wish it would have been flipped.
Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Allison's the one that I don't even check on her. I mean, I'm like, what are your grades? And she's like, all A's, duh.
I mean, what else would they be?
And the others, I'm like, you didn't turn it in. You did it. I mean, it was just different.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
hands-on.
But our kids, Allison and Kennedy are about the same age, but our kids, can you imagine having littles right now? Like littles, can you imagine the first of all, the homeschooling? Oh, but then can you imagine the social media and the pressure? No. Kennedy caught a little bit of it, and Allison, I'm sure, but the social pressure that these kids go through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before even COVID, just the social, I would never want to be a teenager in these days because there's no forgiveness. There's a picture of everything.
Oh, gosh.
And of course, I've done it myself. You misconstrue something on a text or the snap picture or, whatever, it goes to the wrong. I don't know. It's just, there's so many ways to screw up.
I know it.
And there's no forgiveness.
There's no forgiveness because pictures don't go away. Well, that whole Snapchat thing, but give me a break. I mean,
and I'm not talking about nakeds, just talking about
pictures.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just a picture.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my God, it's just
so
the drama.
Oh yeah,
the drama.
Yeah. And girls are
it's bad.
I know. So just having these little, younger children,
I couldn't do it,
and how to navigate.
So talking about my grandson, and my son-in-law, and my daughter-in-law. My stepson. Have another glass of wine. Anyway, they were very diligent and proactive about staying home. And they were home, just the three of them, which is really cool because they bonded a lot as a family and probably more than they wanted. But
of course.
I mean, they're, just lapping up their time with their little son that's one. But they did everything together for 8 weeks. And Raleigh usually travels for a week or so at a time. He's on the go. He's busy. He's smart. He's on the phone. I mean, their lives change. Little Raleigh used to go to school and have friend time and music class and art class. And Katie does real estate. Everything changed overnight. And to have little kids, I mean, that would be, especially the ones in school.
Yeah. And the responsibility. And you don't have a handbook.
They wouldn't be learning a lot at my house. I'm just like, do it my way. I don't care what your teacher said.
The girl last week I had on the episode, Modern Boss Lady. That's you.
That's me.
That's me.
Yeah. I loved last week. That was great.
The mom can't, when she said, I don't know if you call it homeschool, I'm just putting on a video.
It's great. Press play. Yeah.
I know, just press play. I mean, how do you do these things, you know? I remember Kennedy right before this all shook down, the Sunday before, she's like, I don't know if I can do this. You know, having ADHD and anxiety. And so she's like, I just don't know if I can do this. I just don't want to do it. And I'm like, you know what? Everything gets better.
Yeah.
Things change now. You may have no hiney left because you're just exhausted from what it does to you. But everything does get better in some way because it's just change and how you adapt to change. So I know. Talking about changes in our life. So you and I have a parallel. You and I lost our moms very young to cancer, young to cancer. And I did losing my mother because you and I have had this conversation. I have so much
guilt. And my daughter-in-law lost her mother too. So we have that in common.
Okay, yeah. So it's a common bond and everyone feels differently.
It sucks to lose your mom.
Oh gosh. I see right now what my mom's missing.
Yeah.
And it just kills me.
Yeah.
This kills me. And I would love to have her on the show. But just the cancer and how young our moms died and what you go through. I have so much guilt.
But you had a process. So your mom was diagnosed and then you went through watching a lot of her deal with cancer.
Right.
So my mom was really sick differently with, before that, with having several vertebrae, all her entire spine reoperated on. And anyway, she had really bad back problems, had a morphine pump, and her quality of life is already very diminished, and she couldn't get out of the house much or anything. And, and when she turned yellow, we thought, oh gosh, because she's on a lot of medications. We thought, oh, it's her pancreas or her liver or something. Let's take her back to the hospital. And she'd been complaining about her back, but yeah, she's got back issues. So no, not even she was suspicious. And they said, we think that there's something there. And we have been so used to these doctor's appointments with nothing but bad news. But my husband said, I think we need to go to that appointment. I said, really? Because it could be cancer. And still, you kind of okay. Yeah. She'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And so we went to the appointment, and the doctor wasn't being very forthcoming. He wasn't a doctor we'd ever seen before. But she did have pancreatic cancer, and it had already spread. And so my husband took the doctor outside and said, you need to talk to me. I mean, I need to be able to tell my wife, and how can I help her? And he goes, 2 months at most.
Oh, my stars.
So we went back in, and my mother was in so much pain. Mm-hmm. And she said, and she held my hand and said, she knew my dad was, the whites in his eyes, he was still processing. He said, I want out of the pain as fast as possible. And she's very spiritual. And she said, I'm ready.
Wow.
So we started hospice that night. And
You're joking.
Nope. It was her idea. And she passed 6 days later.
You are joking. I didn't realize that.
It was quick.
Yeah.
But she was tired of being in pain.
She's tired. Oh.
She was ready.
And what age?
She was 62.
Yeah. Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her quality of life had been so diminished. So it was time.
Oh my gosh.
And I was glad she had some control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they had doctors coming over going, she shouldn't still be alive. We're really giving her a lot of medicine.
Oh, great.
No, up it. She's done. So.
Oh my goodness. That's right. And after I did that, I've had a number of people reach out, just the different emotions that you go through. And I know you go through it as well too. And, just how my sister, when we were talking about me doing that podcast and me trying to get the facts, because for me, I forgot everything. And I still to this minute, do not remember. I know it's September.
Yeah.
But of course, my dad knows that, of course, because he lived it. He was the caretaker for 4 years. But I was talking to my sister about, would you want to go in a car wreck just fast, or would you want a diagnosis?
Slow.
I don't know, slow. Yeah.
Give me fast.
Yeah. And it's just such a topic. It's a political topic. It's a religious, spiritual topic. But, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one.
No pain.
I
would never let my husband be in pain.
Right.
And we've had these discussions, because we're getting later in life, what happens if don't keep me alive. I don't want this. And like, well, if you're a quality of life to me, you're staying.
if it helps me out.
You're still laughing and having a good time.
Yeah. That's Greg.
Just because you're complaining.
Greg's like, let's go. Let's just get it over. I went, no, wait. Let's talk through this a minute. And he's
I'm
like,
not done yet.
I'm not done yet. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So, not done yet. So, girl, I have to tell you this. So, since I've seen you, Sheila, we had her 50th birthday party. Yes. Oh my goodness. Was it December or not? November. Fabulous party. We surprised her. I can't believe we surprised her. So, she's in the group with me now. She's up in the 50s with me now. There. So we've all talked about when
I like it though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year it gets better.
Does it?
I think so.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe it's the wine. I keep drinking better wine.
Exactly. Aging like wine. But, this menopause thing.
Oh, shit.
Jeez. Yeah. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
This, I make no bones about this. So,
no.
My doctor closed her doors. It wasn't because of COVID, but it didn't help. Closed the doors.
That's scary.
Let's see, like 3.
You were measurable, and you're just starting to get some answers, results, something.
Yeah, and then
everything went crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Now you have no doctor.
Now I have no doctor. So I'm seeing a guy. I'm seeing a physician.
Right.
And
I know where that's a lot of people go there.
And
have had great results.
But I don't know what I don't know about this. This is probably not fair for me to say.
Say it anyway.
You haven't. Just say it. Do it.
Preach
I just don't know what I think about a male doctor for hormones.
That's what I was just about to say to you.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
I started off with the doctor, and he's male. But he invented, actually, the pellets, the biotech pellets. And now his daughter has taken over his practice. I love her. I can relate. I can say the things that I didn't want to say.
I know.
And now that things are really changing and she's asking me questions, it's not even weird that she's asking or that I'm saying, because it's just where we are now.
I know.
It's all very real.
It is very real.
And she told me last week, I got my pellets, and she said, because I was telling her about a complication I thought I was having, she said, well, looking at your age, I think you probably are starting menopause. And not that that's a surprise, but to hear the word.
Oh, that word.
The word.
Peri was better. Perimenopause.
Yeah, I know. Just
it's like you're pre-tween. I asked this doctor, so he wanted to do, and I've researched this a little bit, the Mona Lisa, which is the basically, and you know what?
So have I, for different reasons.
Yeah, well, and it's not. Okay, I don't know. Vaginal rejuvenation.
That's the word that is. And mine is because I can't laugh, cough, sneeze without peeing myself.
Okay.
And to the point where, I love my bath, but I've got to take a bath. And if I've been out with my girlfriends, I'm going to take a shower because I don't want to. It may be more than just a little tinkle. And
it's, and he did ask me that. He said, what is it? What are your symptoms?
Yeah.
Okay. So we went through the whole symptoms. Of course, I'm 55. I have too much estrogen now. I'm dominant again, but still vaginal dryness and pee-pee myself. And we know about libido and all this, but the Mona Lisa. So I asked him, I'm going, hey,
what do you think?
What do you think? Does it hurt? He's like, hadn't had it done, so I don't know.
I was about to say. What was his answer?
He did. He goes, I wouldn't know. I haven't had it done. And I went, well, what am I supposed to feel? If you're sticking a laser, my hoo-ha and zap me.
Wand.
Ouch. So
R2D2.
But you know what? I'm pretty excited to see, because I've read every review in the
to
world.
Lose.
Yeah,
I really am wanting to do it. Because I'm tired of peeing myself.
Yeah. It is amazing.
And it's a joke. And it's not like it's funny when I was 30 or 25. Oh, I'm laughing so hard I pee myself. No, I have no control.
No, I'm just sitting here.
Walk outside.
You just went.
Sunny, in fact, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Paul, the floor.
You said there's a burnout back. So
I know. Where's that plant?
But seriously, the bladder control. We were looking for the words here, people.
And I pee all the time now. And it's harder to pee. I have a hard time emptying my bladder.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
I know. And Derek, I was middle of the night. He goes, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, just takes longer. I got it.
I know. So I'm anxious to see this, but my point about a male, and I know, I'm sorry, people. I know my OB that delivered Kennedy is very good looking male, but
awkward.
I know. I know.
Scoot down a little more.
I'm doing it on the struggle bus, and I am seeing. Oh gosh, I'm kind of a research junkie, but I'm researching, and this new place is open, this new place, and then I have an internal medicine person said, "Well, we'll do it." I want someone that's been doing hormones, the bioidentical hormones. That's what I want, and I'm all over them. I'm a mess right now. You know that.
Well,
yeah. She's agreeing.
I just wonder if. I hope you don't have to go through like a period of making sure to get all of estrogen, testosterone out of your system before they can.
That's what I'm doing.
So it makes me think you might get worse before you get better.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm doing this today.
Hey, Greg. Hey, honestly,
no dinner tonight.
See, I haven't seen Sheila in a while, so I haven't told her. But I think even Paul knows that I had to go and delete all my estrogen, and now they built it up again.
Gosh.
It's like this roller coaster. And it's crazy. And I'm sorry,
so
Greg.
much to look forward
Greg Blackman.
to.
Woo.
Check plus.
So I was talking to a friend the other day, and she goes, we've had one bad fight, she and her husband. I said, we had our one last week. We had a one. And it was, we'd pick at each other, you know, this, that, and the other, you really just go eat a turkey sandwich. But just the one, and it was over the silliest thing. But you know who I blame? Estrogen. I'm telling you.
Well, clearly.
It's
got to be.
I know. So, just where we are as women and that we can actually talk about this.
But I'm telling you, I've been doing the pellets for almost 10 years.
Have you really?
Yeah. And before them, Holy moly.
So you've been peri for a while.
Since 36, which is when my mother was too. And I was just sweating the bed. I was like, what the hell's going on? She said, you're menopausal. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
Well, there's a better term, peri.
Yeah.
So much better. But anyway, I started at 40 doing these pellets. It was a girl I played tennis with, and she said, I'm doing these pellets, and it helps because I'm perimenopausal. And I thought, oh my God, other people talk about this. It really, and I thought I have nothing to lose. 3 weeks after the first pellet, I started changing, and my kids started noticing. I didn't realize how irritable I was, especially 5 p.m., and I woke up not wanting to kill anyone.
Yeah.
And went to bed feeling like I, accomplished something. It helped me be happy.
And the majority of our friends and my friends that we've discussed this with, but I haven't felt a thing. And it may be that the dose is so low.
That.
I know. Remember, you were texting me after, and I'm like,
really?
nothing. I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
Yeah. Because there was one time I had too much of the testosterone. My husband really, really liked that, but no, that didn't feel normal to me.
No,
I've got other things I need to get done.
Right.
But,
exactly.
You got to find that place that's normal, where you don't feel like you're taking anything. You just feel normal. And that's how I feel. It feels good. But I have a feeling my normal's about to change again.
Well, and I wanted to tell all the young men and women out there, because my husband's on testosterone as well.
We're going to try that too.
Yeah. He swears by it, but I do want to tell you, at every phase of your life, where Allison and Kennedy are now, where Paul is in his room right now, where my friend Ellen in their 40s, I have to say that hold the time that you feel so good.
Do you remember when you were skinny and thought you were fat?
Yes. Yes.
And you didn't want to picture. It's the same thing. You just have to enjoy today.
Yeah,
even if it's ugly, or you think it's ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Just embrace.
Yeah, I just when you feel good and you don't have to figure out, other than I slept too much, or I drank too much, or whatever, or if I didn't have enough water,
oh my God, I feel good today.
Embrace that. Oh my goodness, I think
that's a good thing to say. That's embrace so true.
It. I just right now I have read my book. Suzanne Summers, I love you.
Oh my God, that's my mom's favorite.
Oh my gosh, she just.
Yeah, she lived by that diet.
Yeah,
too.
And she's written on hormones, and I've read it and read it and read it, and I just say to all these young women, oh my gosh, these kids. I think of the Fabulous 14 that Kennedy cheered with all these girls, and I'm like, girls, embrace where you are now, because this is it. This is the best time of your life. Oh my gosh, it's school and it's dicey and relationships, but my goodness, your hormones should be pretty level. Or
it's hard to believe that they could take over control of your life. Like
they're everything. They're everything.
Kind of almost where you're regretful. What's it going to be? What's going on today?
I know.
Anticipating the worst.
I know. Here I am just stalking these nurses and everything. My goodness. So, well, I'm so excited for your business.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy, and
we're surviving.
When your Rodan Fields and your boss lady, I love your
that's been a huge blessing. And for the first, I love working. I love being busy. I love being social with my friends. I like drinking wine. This job is kind of all of that.
Oh, I know. It's very social. It's
just so fun.
Yes.
And it's enjoyable. And I think this is obviously very enjoyable for you. You got to find something you're passionate about.
Yes.
Life's too short.
Yeah, we're not finished.
To be caught up with your hormones.
Yeah, and I keep saying that I'm not finished. I know you're not. But, the women that are listening, obviously your website is
themodernbosslady.com.
And because you have opportunities for women and women that are trying to find themselves or trying to find something else.
Well, yeah. I try to highlight all the benefits and the pluses, because direct sales seems like such a MLM bad word. And I was the first to admit it was. And that's why I think it was such a light bulb moment of going, oh my God, this is a huge opportunity. How did I not know about this? And it makes you want to tell and inform people and educate people that this is a real opportunity. Not every company. So you got to find the right fit. And so I just try and, with my website, educate people on how to choose the right one, what to look for, what to avoid. And if you're interested, I can help you one-on-one.
Yeah. And Joan, we did the fear podcast several weeks ago, and fear of trying something new is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's taking that leap.
It's there's the couple of new girls that I have right now that are just starting, and they're like, I'm scared. And I said, okay, we're going to be on the back patio. Get on your back patio. Okay.
That's right.
Type this in. It's the nicest thing you can say to your friend, asking if she wants to try skincare. Press send. What's the worst thing that can happen? And, you just have to get over yourself and the fear.
Absolutely.
Trying something new kind of feels good.
How do you feel about being a empty nester?
That's fearful. And, I feel like we got a kind of a snapshot of what it might be with COVID, because it's been so much alone time with my husband. And I embrace that next step. We are definitely going to miss, not that Allison's around much, she's senior in high school, but we're going to miss the shoes everywhere, the ramen noodles everywhere. I need more money, whatever it is. Right. We will miss her, but I'm excited to embrace the next step. And I think that it really does help having a grandchild, because we like to, and they need us right now with COVID. So that's very, very good. But I think we're excited. We've talked about, should we downsize, the house?
Oh, that's right.
But there's so much privacy that we have out there, and it gives us a lot of peace. And, I don't know what we're going to do.
Are you sad?
I try not to be sad. I try and make it be because I feel like if I'm sad, there's been a couple. So last week, Allison got a letter in the mail, and it was what to bring that you'll need for your dorm. And she opened it, and she had big tears in her eyes. I had big tears in my eyes. And she said, I don't want to go. And I said, I don't want you to go, but you're going.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard for all of us, but it's a step in the right direction.
Right.
So it's not going to be easy, but it'd be fun for Derek and I. It'd be different,
Yeah. And hopefully we'll go to Cabo.
I'm so ready.
It's another thing that COVID did us. So we missed our Mahjong trip to Cabo, which was in March?
Yeah.
March or something. It was March.
April.
I don't even know when it was, but we had planned a trip for almost a week, I believe, at Cabo, the Mahjong sisters.
My mother-daughter trip with Allison canceled.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's so many things
I know
canceled.
But we're going to have to make up for it.
By the way, I did realize through COVID, I've been spelling, and I'm a pretty smart girl, I've been spelling canceled wrong. There's one L. Sorry. Sorry, too much?
Okay, wait. Okay. I'm going to have to go there. Okay, I want you all to tell me on this. I mean,
are there one L's or two? One L or two? Because it turns out I Googled it. I've been doing it wrong all my life. I'm pretty smart, and I'm the most critical. And someone goes, and I'll be like, can you believe that ridiculously improper grammar that person sent me? And I've been spelling canceled, which is the word I've used often lately.
Well,
wrong.
Cancel. I don't even know. You know what I have noticed lately, and I do want to hear from you people. And you're not my age, so no one knows. But I'm having a hard time spelling lately, and I won spelling bees.
Memory in general.
I won spelling bees. Everyone.
Well, don't worry, they can't remember either. But my middle child, Caroline, said, Mom, do you worry that you have dementia? I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure we're there. And I joke about it because I really can't remember anything. I mean, it's bad. But that's part of it.
And that's why we start. No, it's not why, but we started Mahjong. That was an interest of me because of our memory. And we haven't had it in 2 months. But I'm telling you, I can't spell lately, and I'm a speller.
Yeah,
I know. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just so embarrassed. But I would have been the
without
one
my
that's
list,
canceled. CANCEL.
One L.
You're lying.
I swear. You got to double check it. Go look.
No.
Hashtag cancel.
I think we're going to start our Mahjong up pretty quickly. We're going to have to get all those girls back on too.
I want y'all to come out to my house because we've got it's a beautiful, it's real wide open spaces, and while we can and enjoy.
Don't make me sing a song.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Oh my God, I love the Dixie Chicks. That was
So you can remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even remember who sang.
Well, I mean, it's only the random things that I can remember. Don't ask me anything important.
Yeah, it's Pat Benatar's greatest hits. I can name them one after the other for sure.
I can do a dance. I learned in 8th grade.
I know, right? Well, it was so good having you on.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
I love you so much, and you're so supportive. And
you're so sweet.
We choose people at 50 to be our friends.
Yeah.
And I know you're losing some friends with Allison graduating.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
That's a strange thing. But you will keep up.
Friendships are choices.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to choose to let some go. And,
that's right.
And nurture some others.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I love you, and
I love you too.
You are Modern Boss Lady 1.
Yeah, the Modern Boss Lady 1 on Instagram. And then I have a Facebook page, The Modern Boss Lady, and I have the website.
Yeah,
The Modern Boss.
So ready? Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to help you if you're interested.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Precious. And everyone, please go to YouTube and rate and review. We're trying to get up there with
because we're so
Apple.
fabulous.